Hello, everyone. It's Sybil Starr here to give you the new moon update for the new moon in Taurus, which is on April 22nd at 7:25 p.m. Pacific time at 4 degrees Taurus. Now, this is a very interesting Sabian symbol that is with this new moon. And as I most of my videos, I talk about a Sabian symbol. And what they are is there was a psychic back in the 1930s who had a vision for every degree of the zodiac. And often they just have lent incredible understanding to that degree of the zodiac or what's happening. And so the symbol is the vision she saw was a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And that's, here we are in the middle of this pandemic and world crisis. And the symbol for the new moon is a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Well, Taurus, so let's just dig a little deeper. So Taurus, this new moon is in Taurus. Sun and moon are in Taurus, and they're conjunct the planet Uranus also is in Taurus. And so Taurus is so much about Mother Earth. It is the sign most connected to Mother Earth. Many believe she's the true ruler of Taurus. She rules our bodies, our senses. Taurus rules our bodies, our sense of smell, our sense of touch. It's living life in a very sensual way. Is a very Taurian way. Taurus is also very much about simplicity. It's about slowing down in this great pause. It's about slowing down and connecting to Mother Earth. That is how we connect to her. There's no other way to connect to her except by slowing down and really listening. And, the evolutionary goal of Taurus is about finding our inner calm, finding our center, being like the tree who is rooted in the ground while the storm swirls around and the tree doesn't move. We are in the storm. Know that we are in the storm. But the real pot of gold is this not only about Mother Earth and our connection to Mother Earth, but the planet Uranus conjunct this new moon. And so it's about connecting to the consciousness of Mother Earth, listening. They're just going around now, all these videos, saying, are you listening? And that's just so true. Are we listening? Are we paying attention? Has she gotten our attention yet? Shaking us right and left. And so Uranus is brings change. Uranus comes along when we're stuck, and it's about breakthrough, but it can bring earthquakes. Uranus is one of the planets that rules the weather. You can expect, and rules lightning and rules electricity. But it's about awakening. That is the number one thing. It is about awakening. And I've entitled this The Great Awakening, because having Uranus conjunct this new moon says that there is a real potential for some big awakenings to happen in this new moon cycle, this 30-day cycle. And the Hopi, they put out a post lately or teaching lately that said we're going through a portal or a hole. And so I feel like the Great Awakening is about awakening of consciousness as we connect to Mother Earth. And just so you know too, Taurus also rules the economy, rules money, rules agriculture. And so we can also we know there's changes happening there. But there's also some waking up about our economy. It's really not serving a whole lot of people. And I know there's people that are working on economies that are more in alignment with Mother Earth. And that's what the awakening is about, is aligning our energies with Mother Earth. That is what it is about, aligning our consciousness and our energies with her. So taking the time to be out on Mother Earth, and especially hugging a tree. This all of the stress that so many of us feel, that the trees can hold it, Mother Earth can hold it, and she's calling us to come and align with her. in that way. And I also want to say that, the electrical field of Mother Earth is also, there's been a disturbance in the electrical field of Mother Earth. There's a lot of science around this now about how every time there is a pandemic, in the last 150 years, that there has also been a disturbance in the electrical field. Something new and big, whether it was in 1918, it was radar. No, it wasn't radar, it was radio waves. And at different times there was radar. There were different energies put up into our atmosphere that has disturbed the electrical field. And just to remember too that we have an electrical field, our bodies have one. It's called chi. And when there's a disturbance in the electrical field, there's a disturbance in the electrical field of our bodies as well. There was a time, there was a disease called electrical sickness. And um, anyway, so this is really significant right now to be paying attention to our atmosphere, to electromagnetic radiation, and just simply the electricity in our bodies and Mother Earth. Now, there's a real challenge at this new moon in that Saturn is in a square. Saturn in Aquarius is in a square to this new moon. And so, yes, there is that potential to go through the portal, but there's also the potential to go into the hole. And Saturn brings up the challenges that we are facing at this time. Saturn is the Lord of karma. When Saturn comes along, it's saying something needs to be made right. And as we have seen with this great pause that we are taking, how the carbon imprint of the humans, how that has impacted so many places. As we have stepped back, the smog in LA, people say they haven't seen the Himalayas in 30 years. Animals are returning. There are just so many places that the air is cleaning up, and that is another piece that Uranus is about, is the air. And so the air is clearing up. And Saturn and Aquarius is about technology, and and Uranus and Aquarius. Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, and they both bring in the concept of the quantum field, that we are moving into a new understanding. Saturn is consensus reality, and that's what it represents. One of the meanings of Saturn is consensus reality. And we are moving from a consensus reality based on Newtonian physics into quantum physics. And so as we move into this different level of consciousness, and we're not there at this moment, but we are going there. Okay, but it is growing more and more. There's more and more people really sharing their quantum perspectives of what's happening in this coronavirus. And but of course Saturn also brings up fear, and Saturn likes the old. There is a kind of there's a comfort and safety in the old, but there are new ideas and new understandings of the world, and through science and through doctors and through medicine out there. But Saturn can be a stumbling block there. Okay, but ultimately it is our work to really, move into the future with some more innovative ideas. Aquarius is also about group energy and collaboration. And so Saturn in Aquarius is saying that we have to work together. We have to collaborate to make these things happen. And that the power of the collective is it's very powerful. But when Saturn comes along, it can also bring up the shadow side, which is herd or mob mentality. And I'm going to say I've certainly encountered what I would call that by just putting out what I thought were common sense questions about what's going on now, and people just being really freaked out about it. And I've been really attacked. But like a friend pointed out to me, I'm the messenger. Don't take this personally. And so I'm still questioning. And so that's where we're going next. Is another big event that is happening is the nodes of the moon are changing signs. They have been in Cancer and Capricorn for the last 18 months. they're now going into Sagittarius and Gemini for the next 18 months. And the node, and whenever the nodes are involved, it's always like a crossroads. It's like destiny. It's a point of destiny. And so the south node of the moon is our past, and it's what we're releasing. The north node of the moon is our North Star. It's where we're going. And so the south node of the moon is in Gemini, no, excuse me, is in Sagittarius, which is about belief systems. It is about releasing old, outdated belief systems that really no longer support the level of consciousness of where we are going. And the North Node is in Gemini. Gemini is the heretic. Gemini has no sacred cows. It questions everything, curious about everything. It's almost like a 2-year-old saying, but why? Well, yes, but why? Yes, but why? And to know that is the North Star, is to question and to understand that there are old belief systems that are falling apart because, and they served us at one time, but we have more information now. Things have changed, and I know there is safety in uh, uh, what we have had, but change is coming, and change is here. Actually, it's not coming; it's here. And the planet Neptune squares the nodes of the moon. And so Neptune, Neptune can bring confusion, especially to the thinking process. And the other thing I want to say too is in a quantum field, it's recognizing that our thoughts and beliefs create our reality, and that's why they're needing an overhaul right now. Okay, but Neptune is the field, and Neptune can fog everything up. It's the planet of illusion and delusion. It brings in the concept of believing what we want to believe, not necessarily what is there. But the truth of what it is about searching for your truth, doing your own research, and then taking it to your own intuition. Okay, it is knowing that the truth really relies in our hearts, and that we are moving into a different understanding of the nature of reality. And so we're kind of in unsteady ground right now as we're making these shifts, and to not hold on to old belief systems. Okay, that's really what I want to, and to open up to questioning everything. The planet Neptune is also involved with a square to the planet Venus, and they're both about love. Venus is human love and self-love, okay, and beauty. Neptune is divine love. It is the field of consciousness of where we are all connected, where we are all one, and it is about being a part of something greater than ourselves. So there is this, and this is also part of the Great Awakening, is the awakening of the heart. That actually how we're moving forward with the heart. It is, and what the Kogi say, and I didn't mention this earlier, is the Kogi are some people from South America, from Colombia. And they have recently shared their teachings around the coronavirus. And what they're saying is the coronavirus is carrying fear, and that it is empowered by fear. And we have been taught. I talked about the poisoning of Mother Earth, through all of the different ways that we have poisoned her through. And if I didn't, I'm going to talk about it now. The carbon footprint, the herbicides, the pesticides, the electromagnetic frequencies that is not in right alignment with Mother Earth and our bodies. All of these different things are coming in from the outside. But what is coming from the inside is that science has also proven that fear emits a chemical that weakens our cells and leaves us open for more illness. And so we've got it coming from both ways, from inside and from outside. But what they say is the shield is love. Okay, and the science also says that love emits a chemical that makes our cells stronger, makes them healthier, makes them vibrant and alive. And so it's both. So they say, the way to meet fear is with love. And so it is about keeping our hearts open. And as we move through the field, it is an opportunity to raise the vibration, not only of ourselves, but of the field, as we put the love out there as the fear is met. Because the fear is there, it's real. Okay, there is almost like an energy coming in. And I don't know what it's all about for sure, but I know that it is there. And but there is no way that we have to succumb to it. We just need to be centered in the line. And as Mother Earth is shifting into these higher levels of consciousness, being aligned with her energies also makes us so much stronger and healthier, and to be able to combat what is happening in our world. And the thing I want to say as well, it is about, as old beliefs are coming up, there can for reevaluation, and they're not lining up with the truth of what is happening now. There can be a level of cognitive dissonance, not wanting to believe what it is, because we're attached, we're entrained to our old belief system. And what they say about belief is that it is a thought that has been thunk so many times, it has created a groove in our brain, in our nervous system. And the truth of it is, in quantum physics, in the field, that our thoughts and our beliefs really also influence the field and are part of creating our reality. So it is about raising the vibration of our thoughts and releasing old beliefs that really don't serve us, and knowing that there's cognitive dissonance. And I do want to just bring up one thing. I have been a nurse for 40 years, and I have seen a lot of, I'm going to call, changing of facts. What we've been told were facts, we've kind out are actually theories. And that's the truth. That's what our modern medicine is. It is a bunch of theories. And some are true, some are not. And we're in the process of kind of taking some of those apart to see what is true and what is not. And I read a really great quote, and it said that modern medicine has a religious cult-like following. So it is a belief system. I'm really feeling that our modern medicine is a belief system, and it's a belief system that is up for reevaluation, because there is new information. And just like any organization, if you step out of the circle of what is acceptable, you're called a liar, you're called it's non-truth, it's quack. That's the word, quack, called a quack. And the thing is, our knowledge is expanding, but our medical community does not want to accept it. But it's going to have to, because that is the way we're going. And it really depends on our putting it into the field of being open to new ideas and new ways of perceiving the world. Okay. And yeah, I guess that's it. We also, have Jupiter and Pluto are transiting together, and that's another, I feel like, Capricorn, they're transiting together in Capricorn, and Capricorn is our structures of our civilization. It's our government, our politics, our banking, our medical model, so many different ways of the structures. And they're going to be going through a transformation. And especially once we are able to discard old belief systems about what we believe they are, the light of who they are is well, it's coming to light, put it that way. The truth of who they are is coming to light. So that we can, when we change our belief system, we can then change, we believe what is possible. Okay. All right. Okay. And just one more thing, the comet is still around, and it's called Atlas. It's going to be here till May 23rd. It's called Atlas, which is also the same as the god Shu in Egyptian mythology. And this is the character that holds, this is a force of nature. It's the force of nature that holds the sky and the earth apart so the light of the sun can get in. And the light of sun is consciousness. There is more consciousness coming in. And so we need to step up our vibration and the vibration of the planet to be able to utilize that and to work with that and to be in alignment with that. That's a better way to say that, to be in alignment with that. All right, so wishing you all the best, and I will be back in 2 weeks with the full moon, and we're just wishing you all the best. All right, bye.